Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. Pleasure to be joined by Darren the Gorilla Till as I struggle to get my words out. But you've not been struggling with the workouts, just finished yours. I just saw you doing that neck workout. I was wondering while you were doing it, how long does it take to build a base to be able to do that? Because I don't think I could do that straight out the gate.
I started doing that when I first got to Brazil in 2013, at the end of 2012, 2013, and all the jiu-jitsu players and that, and all the Rivalry guys do it over in Brazil. Well, if you're a jiu-jitsu guy, you should be doing it because it just strengthens the muscles around your neck, you know, for chokes and stuff like that. But obviously, it was a famous workout by Mike Tyson as well. So I think it's good for punch resistance and stuff like that. So a lot of the boxers do like the weighted neck exercises. I've been doing that since I come here for the past 2 years now. And, you know, if you were talking about the base, you probably have to build up on your hands for a month and then, you know, go from 10, you know, that's one. So head forward, backward 10, get to like 25 a side. So you do 10 that way, 10 backwards. 25. So I get around 200, 250. And just strengthens the neck, you know, for punch resistance.
Yeah, I mean, I do a little bit of boxing training myself. I've never tried that, but I'll make a promise now that I will try it for sure. August 30th, you're in against Luke Rockhold. A lot of back and forth, whether it be during the press conference or Errol Hawani's segment as well too. But you mentioned about it being a psychological battle. Do you feel there's a war to be done pre-fight as there is during the fight?
Yeah, I do, because Luke can't take criticism. Luke's pride, Luke's ego is it's just weight. You can just feel it in the room. It's just the biggest. It's probably the second biggest ego in the world after Conor McGregor. But Conor McGregor sort of got, see you later, mate. Conor McGregor sort of got a bit of a valid point of why his ego's so big. He's fucking worth hundreds and hundreds of millions, and he's fucking double champ of the UFC. As much as Luke was a UFC champ, it's like, I feel like Luke looks down on people. Like, I seen a video of him recently, just like he was mocking me in the ring. He was mocking me skill set. Now, when it's all said and done, you can mock this, mock that. Like, I mock his chin, and he mocks I'm fat, but like, I don't know, mocking my skill sets. He's just going to find out August 30th. I swear I'm going to go in there and just wipe Luke out. I'm going to wipe him off the face of the earth. He doesn't even realise what I'm going to do to him. He actually doesn't realise what I'm going to do to him. I'm going to wipe him out the face of the earth, because I know he's got breaking him. I know he's a shitbag. He's a crazy shitbag, and I'm going to bring it out of him. You better fucking watch. I'm training proper hard now. I'm proper training fucking everything I've got. Like, I'm not leaving any stone unturned for this fight. I'm going to proper wipe that cunt out. I'm going to wipe him off the face of this earth. In fact, he's a cheeky little cunt. Mocking me, who does he think he is? Fucking big, tall, blonde dickhead.
Yeah, he made comments about your physique heading into the fight. Is that what's kind of got you charged up?
What now? This is what I mean. Again, it all just gets Luke in trouble. And you think that not Luke would know better. One of his famous training partners. Now, I'm not comparing myself to Daniel Cormier in any way, shape or form, because something come out on Twitter and everyone was like, why is Dan? I'm not comparing myself to a double champ like DC. I'd love to get to fucking that caliber of level fighting DC was. But DC was a big jacket potato, and he had the fitness tank for days to go. So Luke just loves himself so much. If he was a bar of chocolate, he'd eat himself. Luke only is in shape because Luke cares about what he looks like. Like, Luke's too vain. His pride, his ego. All of this is going to get him in trouble on August 30th. It's all going to get, because I'm going to come in and I'm going to be in his face and I'm going to proper fucking give it to this cunt. I swear to God, I'm going to give it to him. Like, past opponents, you have beef and stuff like this. I don't dislike Luke. I just think he's a proper wanker. He's just a wanker.
Luke says that he's going to be watching a lot of tape on you. You feel that's probably one of the things that's going to be getting him the edge over yourself. What do you think a fighter, a prospective opponent, can take from tape of you, whether it would be in a cage or a ring?
It's not giving edge over anyone. We've all got tape on people. Again, another ridiculous comment by Luke, who, by the way, thinks he's cleverer than everyone and thinks he's cleverer than me. Mate, he doesn't even come up to the level of smart I'm on compared to him. That's what I mean. Again, he's just another dumb. He's like a Mike Perry, he's just dumb. Like, what does he mean he's watching tape? I'm watching tape on him, so we're both having the edge. Again, another ridiculous comment. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a fool, man. He's a fucking... Luke, you're just a fool, mate. You're a proper fool.
What do you want off of the back of a victory as you plan to get over Luke? What's your target?
Nothing. I don't give a fuck about anything after this fight. I just want to go in there and do this cunt. I'm going to come in and do this cunt, because he's a cheeky little cunt.
Darren, I was speaking to some of my MMA colleagues who are a bit more steeped than I am in terms of the UFC and knowledge of MMA. They were mentioning they thought maybe you might be doing your camp with Khamzat. Was that a possibility?
No. Khamzat's my friend and I want him to be champion, but no. Why would I leave my camp to go and help someone else in another camp? It makes no sense at all. He asked me to get involved. I said if I didn't have a fight, I would, because I love him dearly. You know, he's a fucking great guy. I want him to be champion. I do wholeheartedly want him to be champion. I want him to beat Dricus, get that loss back for me. But no, I had a fight coming up, so there's no way I'm going to be a part of someone else's camp.
What do you think about the fight with Dricus then?
I think it's a fucking brilliant fight. I think as we all say, I think if Dricus can weather the first 2 rounds, you know, he's got a good chance of beating Khamzat. But I think Khamzat's going to be ready for the 5 rounds. I've trained with Arman Sarukian out in Thailand. Arman Sarukian's a part of this camp now, and Arman trains very, very intelligently. So I think he's probably got Khamzat training same as well. So I'm looking forward to the fight, really. I think it's going to be a great fight. Can't wait.
Do you feel that Khamzat's faced someone of the style of Dricus before? Do you think he's already had that experience?
I think maybe he had it a little bit with Gilbert, but no. It's very tough start. He's so big and so strong. Like he's a really dominant force. Because like, you've got to give him his due. Like he comes in with a presence.
I was also speaking to a friend, it's Donna Colby, just to give him the mention. He said to me that, would you view yourself as still a top level middleweight in the UFC? Because whatever happens with Dricus and Khamzat is either number 1 or number 2, and where Dricus has gone since he's beaten you makes that kind of defeat look a little bit better in the context of it. So would you, after that fight, view yourself still as a top level contender off the back of any result?
No, I'm in boxing now. When I come back to MMA, if I do come back, then we'll see. But I had a hard road in the UFC in the M few fights. Obviously, my fight with Whittaker, I feel like I could have gone either way. So obviously, I got a loss off that. If I win out of that, it could have been good because I beat Gaslam. And then obviously just 2 stupid losses with Brunson and Dricus. I was nailing Dricus until he caught me. I was absolutely nailing him. I know the first round, but he didn't even hit him. He's got no power. Dricus has got no power. Like, he didn't hit me in the slightest. So yeah, but I don't know. I don't really think of MMA much until I go back. We'll see what happens if I go back, do you know what I mean?
I thought the plan was for the boxing to get that door back open. Is that moved in any sort of way?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just want to take it in my stride now. I think in the next 2 years, if I still got that fire in my belly, I will go back. But, you know, there's big opportunity fights here in this Misfits now, in this influencer scene. So I'm going to take the bag and run with it. I
wonder how you kind of view this scene as a whole. I mean, the MMA world is crazy, but this seems to be another level of crazy people who can, they have an avenue to make a name, and you'd be a target for them just as much as you target others. How do you feel kind of being the bigger, or maybe even the biggest fish actively in this pond right now?
I don't think I'm the biggest fish. I think you still got to give that to Jake, KSI and Tommy. Well, not Tommy maybe, but, you know, I think Jake and KSI are still the two biggest fish. But yeah, because I'm fighting so much regularly, like I'm saving Misfits events and stuff like that. There's going to be my 3rd main event, you know, in the space of how long. It's unheard of, stuff like that. See you later, mate. It's unheard of, stuff like that. So yeah, there's a target on my back, but target from who? Like, sorry, but like, none of these influencers are like, they're not really, they're not competition for me. They're not a challenge. Like, even KSI, I reckon he'd say openly he knows what would happen if he fought me. So just let all them fight on my undercard and fight with each other. You know, you don't go from being a high-level striker in the UFC to not being good anymore. And these influencers thinking they can have a chance with you. Like, it's just not happening. Luke's a former UFC middleweight champion. Like, his skills are legit. Darren Stewart's skills are legit. Anthony Taylor fought MMA and half a decent boxer. You know, are legit. Some of these influencers, mate, come on, they just let them cause all the drama on my undercards. You know what I mean?
With respect to the levels of profile and fame, you had like Jake Paul's and KSI's going in with former UFC fighters, MMA stars. Now you've got kind of the lower level, and you got Salt Papi in with Tony Ferguson. Tony, of course, looking for an opportunity, still wanting to make money in the sport, but you've got that happening now with the lower rung of the kind of Misfits arena. How do you feel Tony will fare against Salt?
First of all, Jake Paul hasn't been a YouTuber for like 15 years. So all this influencer YouTuber shit with Jake Paul needs to stop immediately. He's a professional, well, not a professional, he is a legit boxer. He is trained by legit boxers. He trains like a boxer. He lives like a boxer. He breathes like a boxer. So let's just forget Jake Paul's a YouTuber. He hasn't been a YouTuber for 15 years. He's been honing his skills. So he's a legitimate boxer. So let's all just stop a second and just remember that Jake's a legit boxer. Salt Papi or Tony, I don't know. Look, Tony for me, mate, I grew up watching Tony when Tony was in his prime, his heyday. You know, he probably is past his prime now. He probably does know that, but I reckon he's still got a few tricks in the bag. So as much as Salt Papi will be coming to make a name off Tony, I think Tony can still do it.
Dylan Dennis re-enters the arena as well too in a MMA fight as well. But the possibility of you and Dylan Dennis in the future?
No, Dylan said he won't fight me boxing, so it'll only be MMA. So probably not. Because
Misfits have moved into the MMA venture now, would you do or compete in MMA under the Misfits banner? Maybe, yeah. Who knows? If Mams and KSI want to show me the money. Big money these days to get me to fight. Has any conversation of that nature happened? Nothing. No. Nothing. Okay. Fair enough. I just wanted to ask you as well, we spoke about Jake Paul. Jake is apparently, there's negotiations for him to take on Anthony Joshua, which is a surprise for many within the boxing world. You said he's not a YouTuber, he's a boxer now. Is he, one, worthy of the fight with Anthony Joshua, two, competitive in the fight with Anthony Joshua? I just think, look, mate, the world's just full of haters and people who are just like green-eyed and stuff. And obviously, I do think Jake's a bit of a sausage, but I'm not going to sit here and hate on him for getting that fight with Joshua. Like, if that actually does come off, I'm going to say fair play to him. So I'm going to say, I don't think it really matters about what he can do in the competitiveness. Look at what he's achieved getting that fight. So I'm here for it. I'm sitting back and laughing and thinking, the circus has now entered into real boxing, because I thought Turkey, Al Sheikh, didn't want any of the circus involved in boxing. Now he seems to be right in the middle of it. Him and Eddie and Frank, right in the middle of the circus. Go ahead, guys. So I think Jake's playing everyone for fools. Fair play to him. You seeing this, Jake? My guy. Tommy made mention that he'd be open to a fight with Mike Tyson off the back of Jake fighting Mike Tyson. What do you think of that? Bet you Tommy, well, he's a whore. That's what whores do. Are you entering into the promotional game in any sort of sense with maybe bringing some fighters through as well? I saw you on the phone call with that, what's his name, Ibiza final boss? Yeah. What happened in that conversation? I just said to him, I said, what's happening, my mate? I said, you need to run with this now and make fucking millions. And then, so, he's comedy gold. So, he's a Geordie, right? Mm. So I said, then if you can fight, you know, I'll get you on Misfits. And he turned to me and he went, Darren, I can have a bag of me, you know, mate. I can proper fight. And I just started I cried. He's a character and a half. So yeah, I think I'm going to get him on Misfits. Against who? Paul Kelly, former UFC fighter. And he can fight? Can I beat the boss? Yeah. Said he can. Have you seen footage? I think if you're walking around Ibiza with an haircut like that, you have to fight. So I reckon he can fight. Did you ask him to shadow? I've seen him shadow, yeah. No way. What was that like? Doesn't look too bad. Let's give him a shot, innit? Did you just ring him just out of the blue? Yeah, a friend of a friend knows him, so they FaceTime me. Okay. So I can get to anyone. Fair enough. It's mad how you can become a star for a moment. It only takes a moment like that to... This is the internet. This is the crazy world we live in. So either join it or... I mean, obviously there's some things that we don't want to touch on, but... a lot of people are hating on the internet about him. He's got a stupid haircut, like as people would say. I think it's phenomenal. He's got his beard, his glasses. But I think people are forgetting, for me, the whole thing, why I fucking love him. Because he's got his sunglasses on. He's got his vest on. He's absolutely feeling $1 million. He's on his own and he's two-stepping on the dance floor with no one around. What kind of confidence has that guy got? So people need to stop giving him shit, mate. That guy's gone to Ibiza and he's having the time of his life. Let the man live. He's two-stepping about like, there. What a guy. What a fucking... He's the type of person, you know. He's not a bad fucking
As long as we all don't start walking around with It's like, he's not bad. He doesn't look like a bad lad, does he? He looks like a fucking sound lad. You know, you've got these other people who are getting made famous who are absolute disgraces of humanity.
Would you get the haircut?
No, couldn't do that to myself.
Yeah, just picking this back up, Darren, I got a few more questions for you. First of all, Ben Askren, you must have seen the videos of him. He's on the road to recovery. I just wonder what your reaction was to seeing those videos of Ben, who's powering through and showing his strength as a warrior.
I think it started from a staph infection, so I think he got ill from a staph infection, which is highly dangerous. I've had staph before when I lived in Brazil, so yeah, not much to say on that. I hope that he makes a full recovery. I don't think he'll make a recovery to any type of combat sport. As to say, maybe he might teach in that because obviously his credentials from wrestling. But I just hope him and his family are okay. Like, no one should have to go through that at the end of the day. Like, fucking, besides all the nonsense and that, you know, it wasn't nice seeing him like that. And he's a really intelligent person, Ben. So yeah, I just hope he makes a recovery, and I hope his family can. I hope he can live comfortably. I hope he's not worrying about bills and stuff like that, because that wouldn't be nice.
Dana has made his venture, and last time I spoke to you about his entrance into boxing, we were talking about it kind of seeing what he's doing, but he's had the press conference tour now. He's done that. He's brought that UFC sort of style press conference into the promotional game of boxing. How do you think that has translated over, and how do you think his promotional game will in boxing?
I just think we need to see with Dana. Obviously, the UFC models worked fantastically. Let's just see if it works in boxing. I think people are getting too ahead of themselves. I think we need to just let Dana work. I think he's working along Turkey as well, isn't he? So I think we just need to see what comes of it, if it comes good or bad. He is a phenomenal promoter, Dana. So let's just let him do his thing, and let's see where it goes. You know, it's too early to say. You need to see like in 5-10 years. That's whether Dana still wants to do it as well, because it must be a tiring game, you know, the promotion game. So yeah, let's just see where it goes.
Is the pay structure going to be a problem that he'll face?
Look, everyone knows there's a bit of a problem with the pay structure in UFC, but it's like, I don't know, it's hard to say. You know, the pay wasn't the greatest when I was there and stuff like that, so I don't know. Might be a bit of a problem, yeah.
When it comes to you discussing a future return to the UFC, if boxing's paying more than the UFC, would it close the door on UFC because of that?
It just depends. Obviously, if I make enough money from this and I still want to go back, and I can go back and win a belt, then yeah. But who knows what the next 2 years got in store for me with this whole circus act. Do you know what I mean?
How long's left on your Misfits deal?
It's the last fight.
Talk of any extension?
Show me the money. Show me big money this time as well.
But have you had the conversation?
No.
Interesting. We spoke about Dana obviously promoting
Sorry.
no worries, Canelo and Crawford. I just want to get your take on that fight. How do you think that fight ends?
Oh no, man. It's proper intrigued about that fight. I'm sure all the other proper boxers and that are. Don't know. I think I'm edging towards Canelo, but Crawford's so good. I think Crawford's movement could be a problem for Canelo, because Canelo does struggle with movers like Bivol. And he has struggled with movers, but I don't know, could I see Canelo catching him in like round 8, round 9? It's highly possible, do you know what I mean? So I don't know. It's a really good fight. It's a really good fight.
In your career or inspiring, when you knew you were in someone that was bigger than you or maybe had the strength or power advantage over you, what did you do to combat that, whether it be in terms of technique in the ring or mindset?
I used to spar a lot with Tom Aspinall, so I used to just try and hit him and get out the way as quick as I could, because if I got one back, I'd know about it. It's 120 kilos, hits like an absolute truck, so yeah, don't spar bigger guys.
Yeah, that's the problem that Crawford will face against Canelo. Of the two game plans that have beaten Canelo on his record, that being Mayweather and Bivol, which do you think Crawford could replicate?
Yeah, it could be movement like the Mayweather, but Bivol was bigger and stronger and dominant. So when Canelo was throwing at Bivol was just throwing back like 6-punch combinations, like, you know, 3 and 3s. He was like ba ba boom, going again. That European style. It's beautiful to watch. Like Bivol and Beterbiev are two of my favourite fighters. And Usyk as well. I love that European style. They're all a little bit different styles as well. Beterbiev obviously just a monumental puncher, but I think if he was going to replicate, it'd be Floyd, wouldn't it? But yeah, I don't know. I think Crawford's probably going to work a lot on movements. That's what I think anyway.
You dispelled a lot of myths and truths, whether it be about Jake Paul or other things when it comes to this interview. But what about this apparent feeling that Canelo is slipping? He's not as great as he once was. Is that, for your eye, true?
I think we all have a slip, don't we? How much can you stay consistently in the gym for 20 years and just keep that work ethic up? Like time and time again, the body's breaking, you're getting older, you need extra supplements, you need this, you need that. You're in the doctors more, getting injections on your hands and stuff like that. Maybe he is slipping, but what does that mean? Aren't we all slipping as we get older? I don't know. That's a bit of a dumb statement. I don't know.
Eubank Jr. and Ben are back in the ring again. What do you think of that fight?
Loved the first fight. Yeah, I think be the same again. Maybe Eubank edges it, maybe Ben edges it this time. I don't know. It was a great fight, the last fight. Loved watching it.
And just final thing, bringing this back to yourself, just what happens when you get in the ring with Luke Rockhold?
Well, as I said, hopefully I'm going to knock him flat out in the first round because I can't stand him.
Darren, pleasure. Thanks for being to check us out. Looking forward.